Hello, all. It is Tuesday and not a lot of updates, not very much at all, but just want to kind of to bring up a few things that I didn't mention yesterday. And that is with Javon Hargrave being out. I did ask Kyle Shanahan who would take over, and he said, hey, mostly guys on the practice squad. That's who they're going to think about moving over. Also, I did ask him if Yetur Gross Matos, who has played across the line, could be an option for interior, and he said yes. So I don't think they're going to go after a huge free agent because they have so much money tied up in so many other players. But it could be a guy like Hassan Ridgeway, who's played in the system before, knows Chris Kasarik. He was with the team in 2022. He's a free agent. He is a guy who knows what the system is. He could contribute on the interior of the defensive line, but outside of that, not a whole lot out there, free agent wise. So they could do that. They do have a couple guys on the practice squad. So Sam Okwanu is a guy that has been brought up every single week. So all 3 games, Sam Aquanu has been brought up from the practice squad standard elevation. So what happens when they do that is that they get promoted to the team for that game, and then they go bounce back to the practice squad. So it could be that he gets a spot on the 53 because Javon Hargrave is going to go on IR. Evan Anderson, rookie out of Florida Atlantic, he's a guy that could also play on the interior as well. Alex Barrett has been second year out of San Diego State. He's been with the team a lot. He was on the practice squad last year. I know they like him. So he's another possibility that could play on the interior. Veteran T.Y. McGill, also a guy who has spent a lot of time with the 49ers. He's a guy that they could bump up from the practice squad. Maybe one of those 3 guys will get elevated to the 53-man roster and get a deal for a year. I'm not really sure. Um, we'll hear again from Kyle Shanahan on Wednesday what he wants to do with that position. So, outside of that, George Kittle should return to practice this week. If he's not able to go, I thought Eric Saubert did a good job. Eric Saubert has, a guy that they know really well. George Kittle has known him for a long time. He's got a lot of experience. Um, Eric Saubert caught both of his passes for 41 yards, so 20 yards and a half per reception. He caught both passes thrown his way from Brock Purdy. I also got to say, Brock Purdy had a really good game on Sunday versus the Rams. Um, it's marred by the fact that it was a loss, but Brock Purdy and Juwan Jennings freaking had a really good game on Sunday. And it's so unfortunate that the special teams and the defense didn't collapse. I mean, the offense had its mistakes as well, dropped passes, but if only the special teams and the defense had held it together enough for the 49ers to get a win, it would be Brock Purdy's moment to say, hey, look, I can do this. I can do this without 3 of the stars, without Debo, without George, without Christian McCaffrey. He could have pulled off a win with Juwan Jennings. Not that they're the only ones on the field, but it would have been the moment where he proved all the doubters wrong. So it's really unfortunate that, all phases of the team did not play well together enough for the 49ers to get a win, because it would have been one of those great moments for Brock Purdy. I know he feels like he played well, which he did, and they're, not going to harp on any other part of the team that did not do their job well. Because I think that's one thing that's really good about this locker room. This 49ers locker room does not point fingers. They're going to own their mistakes. They're going to move forward, and they're going to get ready for the New England Patriots to come in town. So that's kind of the shorter update today. I'll have more for you tomorrow, hopefully, when Kyle Shanahan talks. But yeah, unfortunately, Javon Hargrave going to be out. We'll see if Kittle comes back to practice. And I think another week for Talanoa Hufanga and Jair Brown together on the field is going to be better. I also think Charvarius Ward didn't have a really great game because he was coming back from that hamstring injury. So he's good to go, not on the injury report at all. And I think the more he plays, I think he'll play a better game next week. Not a great game for Travis Ward and the secondary. But little footnote, funny tweet from Diameter Lenore, who quote tweeted the Los Angeles Rams, and it showed the probability of them winning. And all of a sudden at the end. And Diameter Lenore, great words. He said, even a trash can gets a steak sometimes. So I'm going to sign off with that. I'll have more updates for you this week. Tell me what you'd like to hear. Hope you subscribe. And no, it's getting dark here. I just didn't know where to put the light. So, anyways, I hope you can still see me. You can still hear me. I think that's the most important thing. But we'll talk to you soon. All right.